one game away from their first Super Bowl title since Super Bowl IV 50 years ago.
And we'll get to that in just a minute, but how about this? This is their 5th straight playoff appearance. They went to overtime with New England in the AFC title game last year. Remember, they were down big at the half, came all the way back and had a chance to win, lost in overtime. Finally climbed that mountain and got back. And do you remember Super Bowl IV against Minnesota? Remember Hank Stram as their coach? On the sidelines, mic'd up for the first time. That really gave us a lot of what we have now with NFL films. What a terrific performance by that Kansas City team, and they blew away the Vikings in that game.
Meanwhile, the 49ers are back in the Super Bowl for the 7th time in franchise history, one of the more successful teams in the Super Bowl era as they look to claim their 6th title, which would tie them with the Patriots and Steelers for most ever.
I like how you stated that they're one of the more successful franchises in Super Bowl history because at one point, they were 5-0 in Super Bowls. Joe Montana with wins in Super Bowl 16, 19, 23, and 24. And Steve Young, remember that one? Get the monkey off my back as he won big in Super Bowl 29. But they lost their last time out against the Ravens in Super Bowl 47. They're looking for a little bit of that. Can we get right again, guys? And I think the San Francisco 49ers team is going to play awfully well in this game.
And they're hoping that the lights stay on in the stadium the entire game this go-around. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Jimmy Garoppolo leading the 49ers into this Super Bowl. It was October of 2017 that the 49ers traded for Jimmy G. In February of 2018, they made him the highest-paid quarterback in the NFL. And now here he is, just 2 short years later, trying to join Joe Montana and Steve Young as 49er quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl title. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Coleman now. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, one of the big questions in the lead-up to Super Bowl 54, the health of Tevin Coleman. We saw him go down fairly early in that NFC Championship game against Green Bay, and you thought, oh, boy, that doesn't look good. Separated shoulder, popped back into place, and he wants to give it a go.
And you understand that. I mean, the chance to get to the Super Bowl and play. He's been there once before, but that was with Atlanta. And that was the 28-3 game, that lead that they gave up against New England. He wants to try and get a ring himself. So if at all possible, he will give it a go. Fortunately for San Francisco, he's part of a 3-man rotation at tailback that includes Matt Breida, who's a backup, and Raheem Mostert, who has just blazed through the playoffs.
You mentioned that game against New England. Of course, Kyle Shanahan was also with Atlanta. He wants to right that ship, too. Touchdown, 49ers! With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. This is McCoy. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. And they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that. As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's complete to Sanders. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. Room here to run. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They go play fake. Mahomes. Looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think...
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Frank Clark showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
But maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. George Kittle, the All-Pro, 85 catches, over 1,000 yards this year. Maybe the most memorable play, that face mask tugging catch in the final minute of the win at New Orleans, Charles.
Yeah, you're right about that because it was a 4th and short. He catches the ball and continues downfield with what felt like 8 or 9 guys on top of him. But as you noted, the most important part was the face mask that was grabbed, and he just kept going. That is George Kittle. Now, he's almost been a forgotten man in the postseason because 49ers have emphasized the run game. Just 4 catches, 35 yards in 2 games. But how about the blocking? Absolutely dominating both at the point of attack and in space. Not a surprise because he is the son of a former Big Ten offensive lineman.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This will be taken very short. Kansas City getting the football back here. This is a team ranked 6th overall in the NFL in offense. They were 5th in passing, but just 23rd in rushing. And we talked about Mahomes earlier, but how much do you think they need to run the ball to be effective in the Super Bowl?
Just enough to keep San Francisco's attention. Get those sprinter stances out of those defensive ends and defensive tackles on every snap. And they'll do it with Damian Williams, their running back. But they also will include their wide receivers. Tyreek Hill, they'll do jet sweeps and maybe some option pitches. Don't forget McCole Hardman. He'll run the ball as well. And Travis Kelce, a lot of times it won't be a running play. It'll be a pass in the statistics. There'll be that little shovel pass behind the line of scrimmage. Do those things, keep San Francisco's attention, and then at the end of the day, you rely on number 15 throwing the football downfield.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Story this time around, we had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, it's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game. A good.
Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. I want to get your thoughts on something here as San Francisco starts this next drive. You know, we talked about the lack of pass attempts for Jimmy G in the postseason so far, but they were number 2 in the rushing attack in the league, only behind Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. So you think KC's defense, that they'll stack the box, force the Niners to throw?
I think they have to, because you just get shredded in the run game. It destroys you in the psyche as well as it does out on the field. So you've got to try and take that part away from them, force Garoppolo to throw, and then on key 3rd down situations, make sure you double tight end George Kittle, because he's the game breaker for them, although the rookie wide receiver Deebo Samuel has really come on as of late. Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Garoppolo on 1st down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far.
When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You've got to think that they feel great about where they are in this ball game. They feel the
blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Eric Armstead drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way they're The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get happy if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kendrick Bourne, 53 yards. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if...
That's not what I mean by simulation.
Skill in the first half is getting this done.
By that I meant I was going to play as both teams. Simulation is so boring. I'm not going to sit there and watch a simulation. I was going to play as both teams, but it said I can only play as one team for this game, which is weird. I'm going to do an outcome too. where I play as the Chiefs.
To begin this drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half. Okay?
Why does he carry it like that? He's gonna fumble.
An offensive coordinator and his
I wish it happened in real life.
Getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments.
I love Oreo so much. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Now a play fake here on first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 20.
Every time they have a good play, they fumble. I feel bad.
Offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down in defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Big game, I know, right?
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Garoppolo again. Flushed out right. And it's complete.
Oreo, can you stay right there?
Touchdown 49ers. 3 touchdown passes down for Jimmy Garoppolo. As these guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
long PAT.
Touchdown for San Francisco.
So outcome 1 would just be 38-6. I don't feel like playing the rest. It's just gonna be a blowout. I'll do outcome 2 tomorrow before the Super Bowl.